you a question. Should content creators get a cut of, some of these sales? Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Kupo. Your host, Sergeant Filthy McNasty here. We got Mr. Kupo. How are you doing today, Kupo?
Doing good. I'm expecting a great idea any minute now.
Yes! And as am I. As am I. If you've caught a couple of these, you have a few minutes to sort of maybe drink your cup of coffee here in the AM while you watch Kupo and I debate some topics here that maybe if you've not thought about them, maybe I certainly have. So there you go. Deal with it. Anyhow, let's talk some Vizzies, Kupo. What are your thoughts on Vizzies?
Well, I am addicted to Vizzies. I am guilty because I used to play Final Fantasy 14 with Coupette, and the biggest thing that she liked was those little glamours that you had in the Final Fantasy 14. So while I'm out there trying to fight the next biggest and baddest thing out there, she's like, "Look what I created! Look what I created!" She's just putting all these different designs together. So thanks to her, I've actually become like a Vizzy fanatic. In fact, one of the biggest reasons why she continues to let me to play this game without being interrupted by her is because she's like, "You gotta buy that Plague Doctor's mask," or something like that. And she's like, "You gotta put it on that character." She's actually telling me and dictating which Vizzy she wants on what character. So it's her own little way of participating. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Vizzies. They do pop out a little quick. I'm gonna lie. You get yourself every 14 days for a regular Vizzy and approximately every 30 days for a limited time Vizzy. We recently had the Karate Gis end, and now we have ourselves the new Tournament Gi, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of looks like the same Gi, just with a different color scheme. But yeah, I love these Vizzies. Probably spending too much on them.
All right, so I've been away from TFK for 1 minute too long. These Tournament Vizzies, I didn't hear about them. Tell me a bit more. What do you know about them?
Okay, so we got the karate gi and stuff like that you got if you actually are signed up with the nope, my phone doesn't have it on right now, but you got yourself the
check out Karate Combat's new iOS app.
We got ourselves the Karate Combat app, which you're able to use with your Vizzy purchases that you do with the gis. We recently had the Karate Gi, which was the white one, recently expired, but there's something new out there with the Tournament Gis, which are available right now. I believe that's their official. Actually, I think it's called Championship Gi. I'm just going to take a look in the Vizzy shop really quick here, and yeah, so it's called a Champion Gi, which is like a black Karate Gi, but with like a goldish belt. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. Is that Cobra Kai, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a callback to that. Yeah,
it might be, but yeah, the Vizzies are always out there. If you buy the bi-weekly ones in bulk, you can get yourself a discount if you put the two pieces together at times, or if you buy multiples, if you're holding on to them for your own personal self and using them for your own heroes. If you're holding on to these Vizzies, that can be used as tradable content later on, whether you're trying to make a profit or swap out for, in my situation, probably swap out for another Vizzy. These are a nice little thing that DFK has introduced. But they did say that they weren't going to be just known as just Vizzies, and every time that something new comes out, it's not always going to be a Vizzy. So they're developing other stuff besides these Vizzies out there. This is just a little thing that they got going on, which is fun for us to play with, but also keep the project afloat so they can get the biggest and next biggest thing out there for us.
These Vizzies, I was hoping that at some point in time, it might, gate lock an event or something for you to be able to participate in. And I guess the more I think about it, and you may or may not have heard Stick Intern's argument on why these Vizzies should be tradable. We've been told their utility is basically no utility other than, hey, it's for looks. Then in all likelihood, these Vizzies are not gatekeeping things. Sticks Intern, you'll let me know in the comments if I sort of came to that conclusion in the right or wrong way. So but Vizzies, I'm pretty hyped on him too. I think it's super cool, and what an awesome way to do some marketing without necessarily having to spend a whole lot of money, right? These cross promotional opportunities have been awesome with karate combat. I'm interested in and intrigued what else may be coming in the form of additional partnerships. And if you think about it, for me, from my perspective, it's airdrop season. Really, this karate combat gi was it was an airdrop sort of opportunity, and we'll see where this all ends up falling. It may be sort of it may end up turning out to be sort of a DFK paying you to buy their Vizzy down the road. But speaking of Vizzies and other opportunities, Kupo, I mean, what other well, let's maybe start here. What would you like to see as a Vizzy? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I mean, we've already seen like the bloater Vizzy, which I'm pretty sure was like one of the highest demanded ones that would have been out there. So it was really nice that they dropped that as like their starter Vizzy. I know individuals such as like Sticks Intern was probably thrilled, as well as a number of our other community members. As far as like other Vizzy goes, that's a good question. I would probably like to. Well, I'm the guy that actually brought up like the facial Vizzy, which was mentioned on one of the AMAs. I would love to see something like that. Maybe give your characters a little opportunity to have some expressions on them. So you've seen when they do like the training quest, or like when they're like lifting those weights and kind of doing the facial thing. Give your characters like a little like life or something like that. Who knows? Maybe they'll have like a derpy face while they're doing battle, or maybe they'll look fierce, or maybe they look like they just meh. I don't care. I mean, there's so many emojis out there that you could probably just make into like an actual Vizzy, just to give like a different facial expression out there. Maybe give somebody else a tire patch instead of just a pirate. There's opportunities out there that we could probably expand upon. So personally, I would love to see like facial Vizzies, and I'd love to see more expressions on the characters. Aside just from when they're like striking a boar or lifting weights.
Let me ask you this, Kupo. What is the most coveted sort of item or entity within DFK? Give you one guess.
The bloater? I'm sorry.
Outside of the bloater, like the most coveted. You come into DFK once you learn enough about the game. What are you wanting inevitably, eventually? One guess. Wrong answer. Wrong answer.
I can't think of nothing beyond the bloater.
Yeah, Dread Knight. I would love to see a Dread Knight Vizzy. I know it sounds weird, but everyone conceivably wants a Dread Knight. I know it may look funny, but the idea of dressing up your monk as a Dread Knight, for the low price of $10. Your knight can look like a Dread Knight and visually intimidate your Void Hunt foes. What do you think of that, Kupo?
That could be something right there, or maybe get yourself one of those like scary dark helmets that you can put on like a character. Maybe like from like that anime, like Goblin, like Goblin Slayer or something like that, or something that just sort of like just stands out a little bit more. Sort of like how we have like the Plague Doctor mask that kind of just stands out, and it just says intimidating. So it could kind of be nice to see something like that. But yeah, that sounds like a cool concept. Like you talk about like the reskinned characters, like a different like class or something like that. That'd be interesting.
Hey, you know what better than masquerading as a hero you may never own? And I'm talking about myself because I'm yet to own a Dread Knight. But Vizzy partnerships, Kupo. I mean, the next logical step for someone like you and I and all these other content creators is when is the Sarge, Vizzy coming out? And I'm exaggerating here because I don't necessarily need one. Do I want one? Yes, but I don't need one right now. But as far as content creator Vizzies, let me ask you a question. Should content creators get a cut of some of these sales?
I feel that would be very fair. I mean, we're out here doing our thing. Sure, we're having a lot of fun. We're talking about the project, but at the same time, we're kind of like doing free advertisement in a way. So what's to say we don't get a little bit of like the cut, I would say yes, maybe 10%, 20%, somewhere in that ballpark. Not asking for a whole lot, but a little recognition gives us an opportunity to not only promote our own Vizzy, but also shows that we're appreciated for what we do out here.
Kupo's being very generous. Bolon, I want 110% or rug. Um, I'm obviously kidding. I don't know what that right percentage is, but it would be nice to be able to get some sort of percentage, whatever that percentage ends up being. At the end of the day, it's a generous percentage because there's no obligation from anyone to be able to give you anything. There is no condition, between me and team to say, hey, I'm gonna make X amount of videos in return for a Vizzy with
Right?
X percent in return. At the end of the day, for me, this is all fun. I know for you, it's for fun. There's others out there, and I'm not talking about our DFK community specifically, but I'm talking about these big content creators who are streaming because it's their livelihood, who are
Hmm.
streaming because they want to sort of make a buck on the side, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it'd be nice to get us something. And again, they are likely not to start with a Sergeant Filthy McNasty Vizzy, but if you're thinking outside the box, and maybe for me the idea of a George from Cryptos R Us Vizzy, to me the writing's on the wall. That's going to be inevitable. I know the team mentioned, I think their most recent AMA that they're going to launch their first, content creator Vizzy here in the short term, in the near future. But is there anyone or anything, let's think big picture here. Is there anything you would like to see a DFK partnership Vizzy? And maybe it ends up being a sort of a poke fun of ripoff, aka Power Rangers. No one said that, but but what do you think?
I wouldn't mind starting to see some additional Vizzies out there. I mean, there's a lot of like D&D lore out there. I mean, who wouldn't want to say like see their characters maybe like Robin Hood tights or maybe like a Gandalf robe or something like that? It doesn't always have to be just a wizard or an archer that has to wear these things. So give a little bit of flair to the other characters. You might have a wizard that always to dream to be like a swordsman. So give them the opportunity to have like a piece of plastic armor on their body, or something that basically shows that, hey, I'm a Vizzy, but anybody can wear it type of concept. So that'd be a pretty cool concept to mix it up, maybe confuse some of your friends also, like, wait, did that knight just cast like a nuke? Yeah, something like that, just so we can get something out there. It'd be fun, mix it up a little bit. That's the whole point of these Vizzies, just to create personality for your characters while having fun with it.
Oh boy, and the name escapes. You're gonna correct me, and the audience is gonna make fun of me for not remembering the name. It'll come to me. Maybe if I stall long enough, I'll remember the name. And I can't. But what I'll say is, it's not likely to happen. In fact, I'm here to maybe place a wager and say it'll never happen. But how cool would it be to have uh, Halo? What's the character's name?
What,
I
like for
can't think of the
Dragon
name.
Ball, Goku
No,
and stuff?
no. Halo, like the video game Halo,
Oh,
like
Master Chief?
Master Chief. Yeah, Master Chief helmet would be super awesome.
That'd be cool.
Again, not likely to happen. But
I wouldn't
that'd
mind an
be
actual
cool.
like Halo, it'd be great for those like fallen angel type heroes, right? See, we're talking.
Oh yeah,
We're
Fallen
coffee
Angel.
talking,
Oh, hey, I like the Fallen Angel Halo. That's cool too.
right? Or you get yourself
Clearly,
like devil horns with imp tail. I mean, we already got the imp horns out there, but actual like little devil horns could be something for like a Halloween event. I mean, we're just talking here.
hey, clearly no wrong answer. Hey, you're watching, you're listening. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What kind of Vizzy would you like to see? Whether real or imagined. And what I mean is, whether it's sort of slim chance never gonna happen. I'm curious to know. What are your thoughts? What kind of Vizzy would you like to see? Leave a comment. Let me know. Until next time. This has been Sergeant.
And Kupo.
Catch you later.